All right, Miss Nadia, both of your hosts are on. So if you want to go ahead and do your introduction, so that way we can go ahead and get this girls talk started.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome everyone to Girl Talk for Teens. I am Nadia Francois. I am the founder of Sistars of Empowerment, and we are super excited to bring this tonight for Women's Empowerment Week. Um, we are just going to be in the background, so you ladies feel free to be safe in this space and discuss your true feelings, being authentic, and ask any questions if you have any. And just we would love your input. The goal for this call is just to get our young women to talk about the things that they are suffering or going through or think about or any of that. And so just to help free y'all's minds of things that you should really not have to worry about or give you comfort in areas that you are. So without further ado, I want to thank the Miss Louisiana, Miss Black Empowerment. I know I'm saying it wrong, Queen. The Miss Black Empowerment
Miss Black
System.
Empowerment, yes, ma'am.
Okay. The Miss Black Empowerment System for hosting this event for us tonight. Thank you all, my queen sisters. Love y'all so much, and I hope y'all enjoy it.
Thank you, Miss Nadia, for having this empowerment week. We really appreciate that because we as women and definitely as African American women need to make sure that at all costs we empower, enhance, and encourage each other. Let's do this. I'm going to unmute everybody because I muted you all in the beginning. I'm going to unmute everybody. And then one by one, I want everybody to then unmute your own selves from your side and just kind of tell me your name, what school you belong to, and what grade you're in. If there are adults on here, which I see a few, thank you ladies for joining us. Please let me know your name and what your occupation is. So let's start with, I see Amaya. Come on, Amaya, and introduce yourself to me.
Hey y'all, I'm Amaya. I attend Franciscan High School, and I know some of y'all don't know what it is. It's basically where the old Redemption well, it used to be Crystal Rain, and I am in grade 10.
Okay, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but I see a Miss Addie.
Hi, my name is Addison. I attend at Helix Mentorship Academy, and I'm in 10th grade.
Welcome, welcome. Miss Valentine.
Hello, I'm Shanera Valentine. I am a teacher at Mentorship STEAM Academy.
Okay, welcome. Thank you. I don't see a name, but it says iPad. Come on, tell me who that is. Okay, we'll come.
Hey everybody, I'm Madison. I'm a student at McKinley Senior High and I'm in 10th grade.
Hey, Maddie Mae.
Hey.
And on Miss Tracy's, her daughter is actually on there. Come on and introduce yourself, Foxy Mama. That's okay.
Oh, my name is Reagan and I attend Madison Prep and I'm in the 10th grade.
Hey, how you doing today? Miss Tiara, my queen, please introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, my name is Tiara Williams and I am from occupation. I am a call center rep for Office of Homeland Security in Ascension Parish.
Miss Gail, how are you today? Go ahead and introduce yourself. That's okay. Morgan, I see you just joined us, my baby. Introduce yourself for me. Uh-oh, y'all can't be getting quiet already. Jessica, come on, talk to me.
Okay, listen.
Hey, ladies. I think Morgan's microphone is off, so she may not have the mic. Her audio may not be connected. I don't see a mic by her name.
Oh, okay. Glad
But
you.
anyways, my name is Jessica Carter, and I work for the corporate office of Carpenter Health Network, and I am an admissions coordinator.
Awesome. I heard you, Miss Gail. Come on, I apologize.
Hey, my phone was just having a hard time getting off of mute. So I am Gail Young. I am a holistic wellness practitioner here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I own a business, and the name of it is Laughter in Your Belly Wellness. And I help people to reverse their diseases. We don't treat things, we just cure them here at my clinic. And I also am an attorney. And so I do a lot of teaching in the community about business formation, how to keep your business safe, help it grow. I teach intellectual property, how to manage your trademarks and patents. And I do some intellectual property work. And basically, I just met Nadia recently. And when you think about additions to your life, I realized that Nadia is a necessary, essential addition to my life. I thank God for Women's Week, for what Nadia has done, her profound vision. And can we all just say like a big round of thank you, Nadia, for doing this for us?
Awesome. Yes, we're very appreciative of Miss Nadia. She does excellent work in the communities, and we love her to death. And anytime that we can support her, we definitely make sure we do it. Oh, Addie, you did a emoji thing. I don't know how to do those. And don't
I
laugh
just
at
saw
me,
it
but I don't
too.
know how to do those. All right, Miss B, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Miss Bradley. I work at Baker High School with Miss Nakia.
Oh.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss B. Once you get from talking, please place your phones back on mute. And then I see Miss Tronda.
Good evening, everyone. I am Tronda Dixon, and I work for DOTD in emergency operations and cost recovery.
All righty. And then Miss Soretta is on, but she is currently having an issue with her wisdom tooth, so she cannot speak. She's going to chat with us a little bit in the meeting chat. She actually was supposed to be your host on this evening, but she's unable to talk, and we all have had a toothache before, so we know how that goes. So anytime that you may not, if you do not want to talk out loud, please let's ask questions or give advice and stuff in the chat, and we'll speak from there. There you are, Miss Morgan. I see you. Come on, my baby. Give me your introduction so we can get this party started.
Good evening, everyone. I'm a student at Madison Preparatory Academy, and I am also one of your hosts. In addition, I am in my reign of Miss Black Louisiana Empowerment Team.
Awesome. So this is what I'm going to do, because everybody knows that I can talk a whole lot and I don't stay on topic as much as I should. So I'm going to let you ladies talk, you young girls talk. Again, this conversation is not a conversation to be judged. It's just mainly to be here to support you, to allow you to talk openly and freely as you see fit. If there's something that you want to talk about or start a subject on, by all means do so. We as adults, we're on here to maybe even possibly give you some advice or even share some of our own experiences with you. So one of the questions that Soretta had, and Maddie Mae and Morgan, I'm just going to say a question on behalf of Soretta, and then I'm gonna let you two young ladies take it from there, if that's okay. Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh, her first question says, how do you feel when adults tell you you haven't really experienced life yet? Come on, don't everybody all jump in at once. Addie, how do you feel? Have you ever been told that? First of all, have you ever been told that?
Yes, ma'am. I have been told that, and to be honest, it really doesn't affect me at all because I understand from the adults' perspective that they're talking about we are still living as adolescents, if that's the word, adolescents, and we have more time to live and more time to like grow up and experience things.
Okay, what you say there, Maya?
Well, in my opinion, I feel like it depends on the situation because sometimes, like as I experience, adults say things when they tend not to experience things that you have went through. I feel like everybody goes through their own experiences. I know that we're still young, but at the same time, as an adult, you might have either more or less experiences to us. So I feel like it really depends on what the situation is about, and like if it was a rude or it was like in a nice way. Like if it's in a rude way and they saying that, I feel like that they could have like put it nicely or something. But it really just depends on the situation and the way your tone of voice is, in my opinion.
Nice. Maddie Mae or Morgan, you want to chime in there?
I definitely feel that everybody has their own experiences, young or older, and that really it's kind of insensitive to tell somebody that because you never know what somebody could be going through. And I also feel like you're never too young or too old to have experienced something.
Okay. Morgan, you want to chime in?
Of course. In my opinion, I feel like when adults are referring to the quote, you have not experienced life, they're referring to more so of, okay, yeah, you never paid bills, you never had to deal with the IRS, you never have to worry about making sure that you can feed your kids and make sure that you can provide for yourself in general. And I feel like in life, everyone is on this boat, basically. Everyone is on the same boat, just going through different climates, whether it's trying to get to where they need to go. So it's just kind of like how would I put it? Everyone is experiencing life, but we're all going through, different stages, more importantly.
Correct.
So.
Correct. Any adults would like to respond back to that? Any teachers? Because I'm a teacher as well. And baby, I'm not gonna tell you no story. I tell them every day, oh, y'all come see me when y'all get older, because when y'all get out in life, the world gonna kick y'all butt. I literally tell them that every day. I'm like, you haven't even began to experience stuff. But then, like Miss Addie said, sometimes, what they are experiencing may be something totally different from what we experienced when we were younger, because some of the problems and the issues and the concerns that our children go through now, I didn't have not now one of those problems or concerns or issues when it was our age. So as an adult, we're not trying to take over their conversation or belittle their thoughts, but as an adult, how with them now telling us how they feel when we say things like that, what is our approach behind it? Come on, any adult, feel free to talk.
I guess I'll go first. So as an adult, as a teacher, I kind of deal with the same thing, dealing with telling kids that they have to do this and they have to do that. But I think as adults, we have to understand their point of view and see it through their point of view and try to understand where they're coming from as students and the time that they're in now to understand their situation and their difficulties growing up in today's society. So that's my take on it.
Okay. Come on, Maddie Mae. I'm gonna be quiet now and I'm gonna let you take over. Go ahead and hold the conversation with these young ladies.
Okay, so I do have a question. Um, how do you find out what goals you really want to take on first?
All right. Addie, Amaya, Morgan, she talking to y'all. Come on, talk to us.
Okay, I can answer that for you. So the best way to find your goals are, in some cases, you want to really find out what you truly want to do. So like a lot of adults, I feel like the biggest struggle is when adults use like a term, oh, life is gonna like kick you in your butt one day, or like just like those regular terms that deals with like what they're like, what's the word? Like basically what their job is, or like the field that they work in. I feel like you want to do something that you love. Like if you know you don't like kids, but you're doing this job just to get paid, then you want to find you something meanwhile while you're working, or work your way up to do what you truly love. Because in life, nobody wants to do anything that they don't like. Like if you know you don't want to put up with dogs or animals, but you got this good job that pay you well, do something that you truly love. Don't do it because of the money. Because if you're doing it because of the money, you're not going to have that mindset of, okay, am I truly going to be happy? And in life, the only thing, I mean, we all can agree that in life, we all want money, but as well as happiness is more important, because this is affecting your mental health. So if your mental health is not straight, you're not going to want to like work in the field that you're in.
From my perspective, there are like different ways to get to your goals. And like Morgan said, it should be something that you really are very passionate and ongoing about. And like there's I don't know how to explain it. I guess it's like do something that you know that you will succeed to and that you'll enjoy. And if you do that, you'll succeed more to life in that way.
I agree with both of them, but like I always tell myself, I tell myself to live by life. Like if something happened in my life, I'm not gonna let that unfocus me from my goals. Like as of right now, my goals are to become a lawyer and to major in engineering. I have my focus on them goals. Like I know that I want to do it, but at the same time, I'm not gonna let them goals like try and ruin my life. Like I know that's like the big picture of goals, but at the same time, I have goals like leading up to that. Like I know that one of my goals is I gotta make sure I keep all A's and B's. I gotta make sure I get a scholarship. I gotta make sure I got my colleges. Like focus on your small goals to lead up to your big goals, but at the same time, live by your life. Like if you want to do something and you like, and they telling you don't do it because it's not their life. You want to make sure you're happy, because if you're not happy in your teenager years, then like my mama say, if you're not happy in your teenager years, then when you come to adult, you're gonna be real bitter. And you're gonna look back and be like, I should have did this and I should have did that. You just gonna regret. So I feel like you should focus on your small goals, but have that big goal in mind to where you want to go and how you want to live your life and how you want to succeed.
I agree. I also feel like it has something to do with inspiration as well. With our generation being so we're relying so much on social media, and of course social media comes with such heavy and negative things. It also comes with us being inspired by like what other people are doing, and that could potentially help us, even check off one of our goals on our list or something.
Ooh, Maddie May, you said something. You said social media. Does what you see on social media hindrance your goals? Do you
I
get
mean, for me,
I'm just asking. Come on, that's to anybody. I see some
I
other
mean,
ladies have
personally,
joined in on the conversation. Welcome, welcome. We're talking about goals and prioritizing them. And one of the young ladies said something about social media, and I use social media for advertising and different things like that. But oh baby, y'all get on these TikToks and this Instagram and whatever else it is, y'all black Twitters or whatever else it is y'all be on. And sometimes it actually takes away from who you are as individuals and it changes your goals. Or does it? Come on, talk to me.
yeah, I definitely feel as though social media has a big impact on us younger girls, especially. I mean, sometimes I know a lot of us feel like we have to do this in order to be a certain way or to fit into society. But even though, like I said, social media comes with all these negatives, it also comes with positives, like seeing somebody pursue a goal that you always wanted to, and now it's just like, okay, they could do it, I could do it, or something similar to that.
When it comes to social media, it can impact on many things. Like she said, it can impact on girls mainly, and like going through your phone, you see all these pictures and things, and it kind of impacts on your low self-esteem, anything that comes with emotionally and mentally. And it can also have an impact on your goals, and also your academics, and it can really hit hard depending on how it is.
I'd like to piggyback off of that. Well, me personally, I'm not on social media anymore like I used to be, because like at some point, I know a lot of people get that feeling where you'll just be on social media and you'll just get this random thought, dang, what am I doing with my life? It feels like I'm not doing anything. So typically me, like I have to set a limit on how long I'm on Instagram. And I don't get on TikTok neither because I hate feeling like my time is being wasted. So I make sure I'm always keeping myself productive, whether if it's dealing with the field that I want to go to, if it's working out, if it's meditating. So it's just like, I feel like social media is, I feel like it's kind of like a distraction, like, because you're taking out your precious time. Like my time is very valuable. Like I value my time every chance that I get. So if I feel like I have free time, okay, I'm gonna do something that's going to benefit me, whether if it's doing extra work, getting my grades up, getting tutoring. Like I have to value my time way more, because social media, you could be on TikTok for, oh, I'm gonna get on TikTok for like 10 minutes. Next thing you know, if it's 10 o'clock p.m. and you know you wake up to school for 5, why are you just getting off of TikTok at 1 a.m? And I promise you, a lot of people, it happens. So it's just like, I feel like a lot of people are not aware that it can mentally drain you, because at some point you're gonna get sick and tired of waking up, going to school late. You're gonna get sick and tired of not getting your homework done because you procrastinated or you were distracted. And it just, I would say it's just distracting a lot. So that's my opinion, though. I don't really know, though, because I haven't been on the internet a whole lot.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. But looking from another perspective, I definitely feel as though if you're responsible through social media, it can help you build a name for yourself. I know a lot of people use social media to get their names out there, and social media does sometimes give other people opportunities that you possibly couldn't get from doing everyday things, you know. But yeah, social media definitely can be a distraction at times, I do feel like. But if you know how to manage it, or if you're willing to manage it, then you could definitely work.
Oh, can I speak, y'all?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to piggyback on the social media thing. I know we were talking about goals and how we get to them, but I do want to let you all know that you can use social media as a tool. I do get on social media for my personal stuff, but I always, when it's time to like figure out my goals, TikTok gives me so many scenarios which I can break them down. So you have to like take what you have and work with it. So it can be a tool for you, or like you said, it can hurt you. But when you're working with your goals, you always want to find something that will help you versus hurt.
Yeah, I agree.
Awesome. What you say, Reagan? Hi, Trinity. Welcome. What you say, Trinity? Anaya, hello, good evening. Come on, join in this conversation. We were talking about goals, and then we ended up going to do our goals get hindered through social media. Adults, chime in as well, because let me tell you this, young ladies, we as adults, we're always on social media as well. And sometimes whether we want to admit it or not, we're checking out other people's pages, seeing what they doing, what they got going on, how we could do something a little better or what we can take from it. So we as an adults, I spend a lot of time on Facebook. I sure do. So come on, chime in, ladies, and talk to them. Reagan, what you say?
I know I definitely spend a little more time than I should on social media myself. So I know, like the lady said, putting the time limit on it is something that I have been looking into, because I'll be bored in the middle of the night and just scroll for a second, and like I said, it'll be 2 hours. 2 hours later, it's 4 o'clock. I have to get up at 5 to go to work. We do it too, y'all.
Hello, everybody. I use social media as well. This is Tanya. And I use social media sometimes as inspiration because I like to make cakes. I do hair, and I sometimes when someone comes and wants something done to their hair, and I'm like, okay, let me see what that is. I might have to go on YouTube and check it out to see what's going on, how you do it, so I can say, yes, I can do that. I can make it happen for you. Or if they want a certain cake, yeah, I can make it happen for you because I saw how they did it. So that's what I use social media for. And sometimes I do be on there lurking. So yes, we are on social media a lot as parents as well. And we're checking out things that our kids are doing. I know I do.
Ooh, baby, I'm nosy. Come on, Morgan, give me a question. Let's talk.
With the social media and goals, I would say that social media has some negative impacts and some positive impacts on what the situation may be. Many times social media can cause negative problems and also can have positive problems towards what the situation is about. Many people, like what was recently said, many people use social media for like to share their content, to make themselves known and have a background, because many people may not be very known, but social media is what the place is. That's how the word can be spreaded.
Oh yeah, that's gonna tie in this next question. I know I'm gonna be quiet, y'all. I'm sorry, but when Reagan said that, that's gonna tie in this next question that Soretta wrote down for me. These not my questions, y'all. These Soretta questions. Y'all know I can't think of good stuff like this. But come on, she says, "Do you feel?" And baby, do you feel that the clothes you wear present certain messages? And the reason why I tied that into social media is because, oh, there go Cardi B, there go the Amber Rose person, there go Y'all listen to Lil Kim. Come on, tell me some of y'all other people that y'all listen to that be on them social media pages with all their attires and y'all
Them
feel
city
y'all
girls.
girl that. Oh, I just learned about them the other day. I don't be knowing about all that stuff, but y'all come on, talk to me and tell me what those clothes and that social media does when it comes down to the proper attires that you wear. Do those type of things influence what you want to wear, what you want to look like, and if so, what type of messages do it bring? I'm gonna be quiet now.
Yeah, I feel like what you wear shows a lot about you. As my mama say, you dress to impress. First looks, like as you walk in a job interview, you wouldn't want to have on no ripped jeans, no shorts on. You want to have an appropriate attire because first looks goes a long way. The best experience. Like I'm sorry, the best way to come is the cleanest way, as in saying that you want to come in your best attire. Like it can affect many opportunities that you just don't know about. So I feel like you have to dress to impress.
I also like to piggyback off of that. I absolutely agree. Like, for an example, we had our senior breakfast. Mind you, this is like a good, like, formal type business attire. We had people come out with their backs out, people, what they like to call, like, coochie clutters or something. It's like short shorts, basically. And it was just everywhere. Like, you would want to wear, like, a little business skirt or, like, a business suit. Like nothing looked like you going to prom, but like also like you want to go and get like a job interview. Cause I feel like you shouldn't have to wear what you don't want to wear, but you also, like the way I was raised, you have to present yourself a certain way because not only does this represent you, but it also represents of what you want to get at in life. So if you know that you want opportunities, you're going to dress like you want an opportunity. If you know you want to reach a specific goal in life, you want to dress and keep that same mindset of, okay, what if I get this goal? What if I'm out in public and someone's like, okay, I want to hire you to do this, da, 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 da. It's like you want to keep that same energy as if, like she said, you're dressing to impress.
I agree with Morgan and Tracy. You like when it comes to going to a formal place or like a job interview, you have to look very presentable or I want to say that's up to y'all, but I prefer that you had to look presentable and more like you have class and that you take things very serious, because if you want people to take you serious, then that's what will get you to go ahead and get to your destination, to your goals. But like if people are like wearing ripped jeans, crop tops, booty shorts, then people will not take you serious. They will think that you yes, they will think that you're not taking things serious. But if you go to a casual place, I guess it is okay to wear that because you're trying to enjoy your time and your place.
Well,
Not even. Oh,
you could
you
talk.
can go.
Oh well, I feel like it depends on the occasion. If you going out to a party and you want to wear short shorts and show your belly, do that because they not you. They cannot tell you what to wear. But if you're like, I feel like you really just got to know the difference on the occasion. Because if you're going to a meeting or if you're going to an interview or something, you need to dress to impress them. First impressions always make a difference. That's why like people don't get tattoos on their face, because when people see what they call them, like the higher people see people with tattoos on their face, they don't want to hire them because they think that looks unprofessional. So I feel like it all depends on the occasion. And yeah, but like at the same time, if you don't dress that certain way, then you don't need to force yourself to be somebody else. You need to always be yourself. Don't force and be somebody else. If you can't find nothing that looks like business casual and that's like this me, then you're not really being yourself. Then they don't need to hire you if you cannot be yourself at work. If you can't be yourself at work and at home, but at the same time be professional in certain ways, then you just don't need that job. If you can go out on the weekend and have your body out and stuff because you feel like you always need to impress and you want something that's comfortable, then you need to learn to be comfortable with yourself and learn to be comfortable with your body and learn to be comfortable with your life.
I'm so glad that you said that because that was one of the main reasons why I asked that question. Is I want you guys to understand that first impressions are everything, and your aesthetic is your aesthetic. That's what you build on. So if you're a person that likes to wear crop tops or different type of jeans, ripped jeans, there's completely nothing wrong with what you wear. But like you say, it depends on the occasion. Like it's a time and place for everything. So as long as you feel like you're stepping out in respect for yourself, it's okay.
So Sarita and ladies, first, good evening. My name is Bennett. I'm probably a lot more conservative in that I do recruit and hire for professional roles at a Fortune 25 company. And while it is totally okay to be confident in who you are and to project your self-image, the one thing that I always try to remind young people that I come into contact with is, yes, being comfortable with who you are is a choice. However, every choice that we make, particularly around dress and how we present ourselves, also may come with some consequences. Some of those consequences you can anticipate. For example, if you wear a pair of short shorts to the picnic, you can anticipate you're going to get some attention from guys. Some of that attention may be welcome, some of it may not. Okay. If you go to a job interview and you wear your power suit with all of the accessories that truly express who you are, you're going to have some opinions that are going to be offered. Again, some of them positive, some may come off negative. You just need to know how you are going to respond to those consequences. That would be the piece that I think needs to be at the forefront of everything we do, but especially when you're out there projecting yourself. I'm a person who loves bright colors. When I started working a long time ago, almost 40 years ago, you wore basic colors like gray, brown, blue, black. You didn't come in red or purple or green. So I started accessorizing in those colors. With my gray suit, I'd wear a lavender scarf and gray shoes with little lavender flowers. No one said anything about it. It didn't stop me. And, here I am now about to retire from that career. And I've seen things change. So I would simply say, understand what the consequences of your actions are, not just in dress, but in life in general.
I was told from a teacher that I believe not back in the day, but a couple of years ago, that those teachers had classes, and it was like a class where it tells you what attire. Like they said, she told us that business clothes was like dark clothes. It wasn't bright clothes and stuff like that. Like it would be a darker coat, not no loud color as in yellow and green and stuff.
And Tracy, that was my comment when I started. It was gray, black, brown, and navy blue. Those were the basic colors. I started working 40 years ago. I've seen that evolve, especially as we think about how careers have evolved. So there are things you adjust. You want to get the job, you study the company, see what's acceptable. Once you're in there, you add the little piece that makes that more you. But those are the things that we adjust and adapt Today I wore a red skirt with a red, black, and gray frilly blouse, and I threw on some almost Melba peach colored boots. It's 36 degrees here, so I layered up and I use my shoes to express who I am. I love color. They're used to me now. If I don't come in color, they ask me, what's wrong? You're looking kind of drab.
And so, Jessica, Tiara, Necia, kind of chime in for me because we weren't really I don't know how to say it, which there are still the things that they need to know about the different colors and stuff, but I think it was more so addressed as to what and how and when to wear certain things. And so I know I had to teach my class how to come to our interviews and our college and career fair dressed different than they were going to the barbecue or going to the Bootsy party and stuff like that. And just like Miss Bill said, whenever you're wearing certain things anyway, you get a reaction. People get a reaction wearing a three-piece suit. So it's all about how you individually handle it and prepare yourself in your mind. But Jessica, Tiara, and Necia, with you guys being kind of younger towards these young ladies' ages, what type of advice would you give them when it comes to their attires?
Hey ladies, this is Jessica. So I do agree with a lot of things that were said when it comes down to, you know, knowing how to dress professionally, but then also being able, you know, to still have your own style and have your own swag, you know, when you're outside of the workplace. Luckily, I've been, you know, fortunate to kind of work in a lot of different areas where the rules and regulations may or may not have been the same when it came down to the standard of dress code. You know, I've worked in a place where I was in a hospital setting, but I moved around. So my attire was a little bit different, you know, from what I do now, where I work in a corporate office where I have to, you know, dress professionally 5 days out of the week. But also being able to still have, you know, your own personality and knowing what's appropriate when. So if you just casually see me out, you know, with friends on a Friday night, you know, that's totally different from what you would see me in Monday through Friday in the office. But I had an old school parent. I was raised around a lot of, you know, older generation adults where it was just certain things that my mama was just not gonna let me wear. So, you know, I can only, you know, speak on how I was raised. Like it was at one point in time, my mama wouldn't even buy me a romper. Like she was like, oh no, ma'am, it's too short. So I was, you know, I'm gonna keep it honest and real. I was one of those girls, you know, that tried the whole, okay, I'm gonna give my friend the money, and when she go buy one, she gonna buy me one. And then when we get in the car and when we get there, I'ma change. You know, I did that. You know, I was 13, 14, and 15 not that long ago. Like I'm only 29. So the way you present yourself, and I had to learn that because we used to do things to get a reaction. You know, I was a teenager, like we wanted to talk to the boys, we wanted them to see us, we wanted them to look at us. So we would do certain things to draw attention. But what I had to learn as I got older was that all attention is not good attention. So, you know, when someone says something about, you know, their dress may be a little too short, or those shorts may be a little too short, you know, I don't think that they are trying to, you know, downplay your style or downplay your personality. They're simply telling you things so that people won't categorize you in a negative way. Because just because you're one way and your personality is one way, sometimes the person that is displayed outside and what people see may not even be who you are. But because sometimes you may not have made the best selection on what to wear today, someone may look at you and be like, oh no, we not messing with her. Like, we saw her on Friday and now she coming in here Monday on a job interview trying to look at a job. I think it's all about perception. And sometimes you just never know who's watching. And that was one of the things that my mom had to get me to understand. I'm not trying to tell you, you got to learn for yourself as you get older, but I'm simply telling you, first impressions count. And you never know who you're going to run into. So.
I agree with a lot of what was said, honestly. I do feel that first impressions are very imperative, especially at any age, honestly, depending on what social setting you are in, and you have to kind of surround yourself with people that understand the difference. Because I think sometimes we, unfortunately, we hang around a certain dynamic, a group of people, and they may push their preferences or different viewpoints on us. And then that influences how sometimes we dress, the things we might engage in, just different things. I do think certain outfits do come with certain consequences. I won't say that every compliment or everything that is said to you, honestly, is something that you should, in a sense, take to heart or take in as you being a bad person. Sometimes we just learn stuff through growing, through experiences, and you start to realize that. I think as a teenager, you're still trying to find your style and your aesthetic and what works for you. I'm 31, so I'm at a point in time. I know what works for me. I know what doesn't work for me. It's certain stuff that I wouldn't dare pick up. And then this other stuff is kind of like, okay, that's cute. It works. Monday through Friday, I'm a teacher and I run my business. So my attire is totally different, honestly. But even on my teacher days, I have my lax days where I'm gonna go in with a nice pair of kind of like bell-bottom pants, maybe a nice tennis shoe and a nice button-down shirt. But that works for me in my fields. But I've been at several schools where honestly, it was pretty much business every day. You had to look like you were going into an office, and the school that I'm currently at is more lax, honestly, in nature, which I appreciate. But I think you have to decipher the settings, the occasions, and the people that you're going to be around. So I think it's more so you adapting to that sometimes and just kind of figuring that out. But you're still at an age where you're going to learn what works for you, what does not work for you, honestly. And that's okay. You're going to make mistakes and picking up items, but I think you learn best through experience and through mistakes. So that's my tidbit on at least dressing.
I also feel like as Black girls and women, we are judged way harsher on what we wear than everybody else. But I do agree with what a certain group that you're hanging out with, like what they wear has an impact on what you wear, because I know that me and my friends, we don't do like your average teenage things. Like we go to dinner and brunch and we dress up in high heels on weekends and everything. Or if I'm doing it, like it kind of wears off on them to want to dress up more. So what you wear does have an impact on the crowd that you're around.
And hey, ladies, I just wanted to piggyback off of everything that everyone said. It does matter as far as the setting of where you're going. And the older that you get, you'll kind of get to learn your body. You'll know, again, like someone mentioned, that you will get to know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And so always keep in mind, ladies, that the younger that you are and how you carry yourself, you never know who's out and you may have put in a job application somewhere, a couple of days ago or whenever, and then that opportunity may come back up when they finally see you in public. So you always want to make sure that you carry yourself and you're always, I would say, put together in a professional manner. Even though I work in a call center, I'm always we do have like patches that we wear on our shirts, but I've always been that coworker where I've always wanted to go buy dress up shirts, or just I like to dress up. So it just depends on, the setting that you're in as well. And to always just carry yourself as the young lady that you would like to be viewed as when other people see you.
I love it. I love it. We actually during our summer program and then our clubs that we have at school, we have etiquette classes. That way we can teach more of that kind of stuff in depth. Um, Necia, this next question is something that you and I really talked about the other day, and I kind of thank you for being a part of my life and able to be one of those people that can speak with me in a certain manner. But to you young ladies, do you have friends in your life where you guys kind of like do a mental check of one another, or making sure that your friend is mentally and emotionally okay?
Yes, for me, well, my friend, she's in ninth grade, and me and her go through a lot of things. And yet, when we get to school, we double check to prepare ourselves for what's up ahead and tell each other that we are very pretty and that we got this and that we should not let anybody get in our way to what we're trying to get to. And so, like, during school time, it is also hard because sometimes people want to say some really hurtful things to me and my friend, and we come to each other and talk about it at lunch or at the same classes that we have, and we come to figure out that, or like we like talk to each other about it and say, is it really true or is it really not? And if so, then oh well, we will have to face it together. And just like, we're still working on it, and it's kind of hard. It's really kind of hard to deal with it.
So I hear you say that it's hard, but does having your friends help out any? Or if your friends aren't able to help out any, are we speaking to a parent or another adult that you trust, so that way we're not holding all of this stuff in?
We speak towards each other.
Okay, okay. And that normally helps.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, come on, some of you other young ladies, talk to me.
Well,
Oh, you can go.
So you go ahead, Morgan.
Okay. So real quick, I know me personally, like I'm always going through things. I'm like a sophomore, so it's just like one of the biggest parts of my life is your sophomore will be your toughest year of your life. So my best friend and me, I really haven't been taking accountability in my relationship with my best friend because I wasn't as focused. Me and her go to two different schools, and being that like, okay, how do I put it? Being that I'm in a relation, I try to like, I'm putting too much energy in one person, and I realized like, okay, she's been there since day one. So for now, my best friend has been my mother, and me and my mother, like, I'm always telling my mother, like, girl, guess what happened in my school? Remember old dude or remember old girl? Oh, they had another fight. So it's like, I always make sure, like, at some point, you got to make sure you're getting something off your chest, even if you're not like, if you're not comfortable with being open about what you have going on, because you never want anyone to use it against you, or because you just don't feel comfortable with like telling anyone. Like, you want to at least make sure like to check up on yourself. Like sometimes I don't want to sound crazy, but it's like sometimes you just gotta like encourage yourself, or like get things off your chest with yourself, or tell yourself how you feel, because not everyone is aware of their feelings. So it's good to like take out some time to at least tell someone or check up on yourself. But yeah.
I do agree with Morgan. Um, as I like to say, I have special friends because it's like special friends I tell my things to. Like my best friend, I know my best friend goes through her own stuff, and I know she's going through a lot right now. So if I do talk to her, I always try to check up to see what's going on and how is she doing with life right now. And we usually kind of talk about our problems, but like usually the first people I usually go to is my group chat. Like it's 7 of us girls in a group chat, and we all go to the same school. We've been through so much. Like last year, we like all the people that's in my group chat this year. Last year, we literally hated each other. We did not like each other, and like for some reason, like we was hearing things about them, but we weren't actually talking to them and seeing like or like knowing them or like actually getting to know them. And we really kind of just like worked through our problems because I actually go to a Catholic school, and we went on a retreat, and it was about friendships. So we actually talked about all our problems, and we talked about like what we are going through in our life and like how that kind of affects us because we're not being open with each other, or we're just taking that energy out on each other. So we kind of like got to like, I don't know, we got to agreement. Like we can tell when like we don't make each other talk about our problems. If we're going to talk about our problems, then we do. Or like if we tell one person in the group chat about our problems, they do not go back and tell another person, or they don't go back and tell their mom or their boyfriend. Like it stays between them, which is what I like, because we are a big group chat, and we do sometimes have like moments where we all feeling bad, or like some of us feeling bad, we really gotta cheer up that person. Or like sometimes we try and go out and not even like we were like sometimes the person don't want to talk about it, so we try and distract them. We try and go out and do stuff and do things as a girl group and things like that. But I feel like you really need to have one person that you talk to, or you can even talk to yourself. Like me, I set my phone up and I record myself and I talk about all my feelings. Like I'm talking to a person. Or I either go to my notes and I type how I'm feeling. And after I'm done talking to my camera roll, I delete it because I don't want to hear what I have to say. Like, I don't know. I just don't want to hear what I have to say. I want to get it out to myself. And like, as I'm talking, I come up with ideas to like help me get over this, or be like, I need to go talk to my mother, or I need to go talk to this person or anything. And me and my mother, we have like a good relationship. Like I go to my mama and talk to her about anything and she will not judge me. Like we have a good relationship. And I just feel like you really need to have special bonds with special people and have special friends, or you could be your own special friend. But at the same time, if it's something bad and you can't deal with it, then you need to go to somebody or to a parent or adult. And if your friend tell you something and you feel like it's not good for them, or you feel like they're gonna harm themselves, you need to tell an adult. I just tell an adult, because you cannot be your friend counselor. You are not a counselor. You are their friend. You're supposed to be their friend. If they need a counselor, you need to tell them they need a counselor. You cannot counsel them. You cannot counsel them. And yeah, that's how I feel.
I have a few points that I want to make, and Amaya made really great points. I think honestly, to be a good friend, you have to be a good friend, honestly, to everybody that you encounter. But I think you also have to decipher what relationships you need to invest in and which ones you want to emotionally put yourself into those places with those people. Because sometimes we have friends, and every friend doesn't need to know every problem that you have. Sometimes you have to be your own solace and kind of just sit there and figure things out on your own, decipher things out on your own, and then come back from that space. And then maybe you'll be in a better space for everybody. I'm a big advocate on telling people all the time that sometimes you don't have the mental capacity to take on other people's stuff. And we can't get upset with our friends, family, whoever it may be that we consider close to us, honestly, when they don't have the mental capacity for us. Because it's not every day that we wake up that we have a space that we can feel for these people, or we have the energy to return to them. I think, honestly, you have to know what a good friend is, the qualities of a good friend, in order for you to be one. Because everybody doesn't value friendship the same. Everybody doesn't have the same values as it relates to friendship, honestly. So I think you have to sit with yourself and kind of see, what values do you want in a friend? What is somebody that I want around me, that when I am discouraged, that I can go to them and talk to them, and can they uplift me? Also, honestly, I'm very big on journaling. I'm very big on, honestly, positive affirmations with myself when I'm going through stuff, because sometimes, as much as I love my friends, they don't have what I need. And I think we definitely need to start sitting with ourselves, even as adults. Our friends don't always have what we need from them. And the only thing they can give us is, and I love you and keep you encouraged. Because sometimes some of the battles we may be facing, even as a teenager, are battles for self, honestly. And I think sometimes God places us in certain situations for us to figure out and better our own selves. And we'll go around and we'll start running to everybody else for the answer, when that's a moment for us to really sit with ourselves, figure out what's going on, and then create a game plan and go from there. So that's my input.
I agree. I definitely feel like everybody handles their own problems differently. I know some of my friends may feel like they have to come to me and tell me how they're feeling or what's up, and I can give advice. But personally, I'm not one to run to my peers for advice. I like to handle my problems with myself, and I definitely feel like for me that helps to just talk to my own self and be my biggest cheerleader by myself. Like, I like to deal with my problems alone, not with other people, because then it kind of stops you from really experiencing the whole experience.
Awesome. Would anyone, I apologize, Dr. Richardson, I didn't see you on here. Would you like to chime in and give our young ladies some words?
Hey, ladies. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I was just kind of quietly listening to everything. I came on late, so I apologize for that. I had another meeting. But I'm just impressed. I mean, of what I've heard thus far, the advice that's given by the adults, as well as the wisdom that's in these young girls. And I typed in the chat and I said kudos to the parents, and because that's a great accomplishment. But I as I sat and I was listening to, I don't really remember what the lady, the older lady name is, that says she worked for 40 years. But I wanted to kind of piggyback on what she said, and as it relates to being mindful of your attire. I've also been in positions where I've had to hire. And and it's been, young people, and I've had, some come in with a t-shirt, and some jeans or some tights or something of that nature, and tennis shoes. And then for the same interview, I had a young lady came in, pantsuit, pearls, hair freshly done, her heels, pumps, that type of thing. And so I say that to say, you all, and even in my own position, when I went for the position at the facility, the person who hired me told me she had the same comments as it relates to attire, because she told me that her experience were people that were coming in before me, and so she complimented me when I walked in, and she said, I'm very impressed. She said, just your overall look, your attire. She said, because you would be amazed, what people come to interviews in. So I wanted to just kind of confirm and piggyback on what she said. And I get the personality thing, you all, don't get me wrong. And we don't want you not to be who you are. However, I think sometimes society overdoes it a little bit, because what happens is we want to just do what we want to do. We don't like rules. We don't like boundaries anymore. There's, it's all about me, or they counsel you with this counsel culture and all this other stuff just because you have a standard. And so, and I just encourage you ladies to have a standard. Know your worth. When you know who you are, you know that you are royalty, you're going to walk like it. And so you all are all queens. And so walk like a queen. Imagine yourself always wearing a crown on your head. Imagine the attire that a queen wears. Imagine how a queen is treated. And you should expect to be treated like royalty. So when you know who you are and you know your worth, young ladies, you're going to present yourself as such. And so, again, I wanted to encourage you all with that piece of information. I think that's the main thing I wanted to kind of point out. I heard the other young ladies talking about the mental health that is so very, very important. And so, and I just encourage you all to find somebody. Like, and I absolutely love the young lady says her talking to herself and all the rest of that. That's awesome. Writing it down or, videoing yourself and all the rest of that, but find somebody that you can talk to. There are several ladies on this call, myself, Nadia has my information. Of any of you, feel like you need a mentor, somebody you need to talk to, somebody you need to pray with, somebody you need encouragement, any of that, I'm open. And so I just wanted to say that what I've heard, I'm proud of you all. Again, keep moving forward and expect great things.
Thank you, Dr. Richardson. I've been reminded that it is a school night and the young ladies have to get prepared for school tomorrow. So we just have one more question. And before I get to, let me ask the question first, and then I'm gonna let DAO speak for just a second. Welcome. And I see Kelsey Howard. Welcome. Addie got off. She might get back on and she might have to go do something. Addie said something, and so did Amaya, when they were talking about encouraging yourselves. Young ladies, how often do you encourage yourself, or how often do you just sit and reflect to yourself about what's going on in your life and how you would see things changing or doing differently? Talk to me.
Well, in my opinion, I self-reflect almost every day. Like every time I wake up, I look in the, like when I wake up, I go brush my teeth, I look in the mirror, I'm like, "Ooh, you look rough" and stuff. But then I get ready, I go back in the mirror and I start talking like, "Don't let nobody get your day down. Make sure you act like you, be you, continue to focus on your studies." And yeah, but like when something is going on in my life, or like if I just like need like a quick pick me up, I take out my phone, I record myself, I talk about it. I like sometimes I go to my boyfriend because like he really is like a safe place for me and I can really just be myself. And like he ain't seen me cry for a lot. And I feel very safe with him. So like usually I might go to him and I talk my problems out with him. And I tell him, don't give me no advice. I don't want no advice. I just want you to sit here and just listen to what I got to say and just hear me out, but don't give me no advice. It's usually what I do. Or I go to my mother and I talk things out to her and I'd be like, can you give me some advice on what you got to do from like your point of view? And yeah, that's really most likely it.
I would most definitely like to piggyback off of that. How would I put it? I feel like I used to sleep a lot, and then at some point when I started to value myself and my time, I realized, okay, sleeping is not always going to be the answer. So I don't really go to people for advice because I know everyone wants to put in their 2 cents. When sometimes, like I said, I just need someone to listen. Like I don't need any advice because obviously you haven't gone through it neither, and you're just giving me a base opinion of what you're hearing. And as well, in addition to sometimes when I'm going through change and I know this is also affecting my emotions, I tend to react off my emotions. So preferably what I like to do is I like to journal out my emotions. If I'm going through change, I'm going to journal it out. If I feel like I'm going through some and I can't talk to nobody, if I can't journal it out, I'll take out my phone. I'll utilize my phone. I'll go to my notes. I promise you, I'll write paragraphs on how I feel. And I feel like it's more comforting because although later I'm probably delete it because I don't want to go back to it. Like if I'm writing it out now, this is me getting it off my chest now. So that way I don't have to go back to it. I'm gonna leave it alone, keep it in the trash, keep it where it's at. It's no back tracing. If someone asks about me like, oh yeah, how are you feeling from yesterday? I just had a little moment. I'm good. It's just, I like to just keep it a little 1-2 quick. So that's just how do I put it? That's my little coping method, basically.
DAO, please give the young ladies some words or something for me, please. So what we're gonna do now is, just so we can wrap it up by 8:30, we're gonna ask everyone to just do an empowerment and enhancing, encouraging point for our young ladies, since this is Empowerment Week, and it's our job as females to make sure that we are here. As Dr. Richardson said, that she's here to be a mentor, and I'm pretty sure others are here for whenever you guys need us as well. So I'm just gonna let each individual say their last little comments, so that way we can make sure that our babies get their proper rest for school on tomorrow. Go ahead, Miss DAO.
Hi, good evening. I apologize for being late, but I had some other obligations with my business. My name is Dana Ayo, and I am so proud of you young ladies. Just I hate that I missed the majority of it, but just listening to you guys speak, the maturity, it sounds like you guys are in a good headspace. And with everything that's going on today with young people, all of the peer pressure, all of the things that you see going on around you, it's hard to keep a good headspace. I heard one of the young ladies, like with your coping mechanisms. I'm so proud of you. And I challenge you, your other friends that you see that might be struggling. I know, as one of the other young ladies said, you can't be a counselor. You guys are too young to take some of this on, but you can still give them pointers sometimes. These are things that I do to help cope. So, I challenge you to share that with some people. Also, I loved hearing that you talk to your mom. You talk to some of your friends, and I'm just going to speak from myself personally. I have a large group of friends. I have I have 3 besties, and I have what I call dearest. So I have a few dearest friends, and I have a few besties. One person I may not talk about this issue with, but I may talk about another issue with her. I pay attention. I pay attention to my friends. I pay attention to my associates. I pay attention to how they handle other people. I pay attention to how they handle other people's business. I pay attention to how they talk about other people behind their backs. And then I know how to deal with that person. I know if I can indulge my personal business with that person. So I just encourage you to continue to talk to your friends, but I want you to pay attention to who they are, not just when they're dealing with you, but when they're dealing with other people as well. And that will show you their true character. But again, I just want to say that you guys, sounds like you're on the right track. Your maturity level is off the roof, and I am very, very proud of you all.
Thank you. Kelsey Howard, would you like to say something? And I don't have to call any of you ladies by names. If anybody from this point on would like to say something, please do so. I see 2 of the other girls ended up getting off, but I still have 4 of our young ladies on. So if y'all would like to give them some encouragement words, we want to thank everybody for getting on this evening. We've had people to contact us and say that this is something that we might want to do monthly or quarterly, because our babies do need this. So Miss Nadia will get back with everybody concerning when and what and where. But all right, Miss Tranda, you're quiet. Come on, talk to us.
I have enjoyed everyone comments, their advice, their input. It helps a lot
knowing that these young ladies have a solid foundation. They were giving me wisdom and outlook on myself as an adult. So I appreciate the parents for instilling these tools into their children. Um, we are a village that we need to continue to encourage and help each other. And I just want to say thank you to the young ladies because their insight that as a parent that I did not know when my daughter was growing up, it brings back some things that maybe I should have listened to more. Or so I appreciate the time spent well with you guys this evening.
Hi, my name is Gail Young, and I enjoyed everything that I've heard on the program, especially some of the input from the young ladies. I'm a holistic wellness practitioner, and I just want to say that the best weapon and tool that we have in life is our health. And as we grow and mature and find jobs and our place in the world, we have to stay mindful of our health because this body is the best car, best tool that we'll ever have to be successful. And congratulations to all of you.
This is Dr. Richardson again. I just want to make another quick comment, just to tell the young ladies. I'm not sure if you all said it before I got on because I got on late, but I'm not about to start preaching or anything like that. But at the end of the day, I did want to say, if you don't have anybody else to talk to or feel like you can, no one is around, just know that there's always prayer. And prayer is a simple conversation with God. If nobody else is there, he's always there. And just know that you can just talk to him. And so, and the other thing that I wanted to tell you is, make sure you have a person in your circle that is like an accountability partner, somebody that holds you accountable. I make sure that I have that in my friend circle, that someone, will tap me on the shoulder when, I may get out of line or something going on with me. And sometimes we don't even realize when we may be out of order. So it's always good to have somebody to help kind of pull you back in so that you can stay on target and on track. And so make sure that you have, that person in your life. And again, I'm impressed with you all, and you all just keep moving forward.
Hey ladies, this is Jessica. I really, really, really enjoy all of the conversations. I think the advice was great. And I just commend you young ladies for being bold enough to be aware and acknowledge your feelings, because everyone is not able to do that. Even some of us in our adult lives, are just getting to the point to where we're able to acknowledge how we feel and be able to express it in a safe way. So I commend you for, being a part of the conversation, helping us bridge the gap, because these are some conversations that may be uncomfortable for some people. But I just commend y'all and pat y'all on the back for being open and being aware of things that need to be discussed. And I hope to see you all continue to thrive. Know that you have a lot of people on the line that love you. We care about you. We want you to succeed. And I think I can speak for all of us that we're all always going to be a phone call away if you were to ever need any of us.
Hey ladies, it's Tiara. I just want to say that I truly, truly enjoyed myself. You ladies spoke with so much. You ladies are very, very smart with everything that you said. I would just like to say to always, stay true to yourself. And when you're going through those hard times, it's okay to have to be able to say, I'm having a moment, or I need to have this moment. But at any time, if it becomes to be too much for your mental, you would want to always, reach out to someone or have that person in your circle who you feel personally that you can vent to. Anything you do always have integrity. And from the sound, from the conversations that was held on tonight, you ladies spoke well. you guys seem like you know what you're talking about, and you're headstrong. And so from here on out, like Jessica said, we want to pat you on the back, know that we're here for you and that we are proud of you and all of the things that you are going to accomplish in the future, because you ladies rocked tonight with every question and with all of the feedback that you were able to give back to us. Even as adults, we were able to learn from the younger generation. And so we commend that. And we want to say thank you for that, because it's truly, truly appreciated and we're proud of you.
Hi, this is Wanda Journey. I did type in the chat because I didn't think I have a chance to talk, but I am truly amazed by you young ladies. And I got to see it from a different perspective tonight. I have a 15-year-old. I just want to say to always remember to carry yourself as a lady. Sometimes the parents' love and concern may come across harsh, but we've been where you are trying to go. We see the wolves before they try to get in. Parents are only there trying to instill the values and morals inside. So just know there's nothing wrong with being different. You don't have to be like even your friends or other young ladies. There's nothing wrong with being different. So always remember to be willing to change your mindset on certain issues. We don't have all the answers as parents, leaders. No one has all the answers, but just be open to change your mindset on certain things. Stay around positive people, find you a good role model, and no matter what come your way, no matter what happens in life, know that you are enough. And I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you, ladies, again for participating this evening. Thank you, girls, for coming on and talking with us. We truly enjoyed you, and we even learned some things from you guys. We're wishing everybody a rest of your week, that it be wonderful and blessed. And that's all I have. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Sorry, Miss Nadia, I didn't know you were on there. Why you didn't end this meeting? I'm sorry.
That's all right. They didn't hear from me enough. Young
Okay.
ladies, you did wonderful. Thank you. I know they probably gone to bed.
Thank you, Miss Nadia, for
They
having
gone, but
me.
they ain't gone to bed.
Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. This was awesome.
No,
And we
ma'am.
will continue it. So
Heading it up.
stay tuned.